Perfect!
Hey guys, I'm not gonna do my usual intro because I'm slammed with school. We're just gonna get into the video. Before I start, thank you guys so much for 277 subs. My next goal is 300. Thank you guys again so much. Since Spire was released on January 23rd, 2026, it is a first-person erotic horror game with a retro 3D style set in a series of procedural dungeons. You play as a nameless wanderer who must defend himself against a large cast of female monsters, engage in horrific yet erotic encounters, and do your best to escape the Spire, according to the Steam description. With the summary out the way, I wanted to hit some key points about this game. We'll be talking about the mechanics, the voice acting, the integration of corn scenes, and why you quote-unquote purify them, as well as the storytelling. And yes, the OST, it's probably up there with me side. First off, the storytelling is amazing. It is very cohesive, and we find out more about the Spire through notes. The game opens up with a cutscene of a hooded man someone in the woods. We see a vortex and a girl wearing a robe. The scene transitions into the Spire to another girl wearing green. From there, we finally get to play as the main character. We enter a cave after some exploration and encountering a ghost of some sort. We progress with a boss fight with the mysterious ghost. After the fight, we wake up to the girl wearing green, who we find out her name is Ophelia. After going through dialogue, we finally leave the cabin. There's torches that lead to a path to the Spire, who we meet a girl named Savino. She's basically a merchant where we can sell items such as orbs or shards for gold, which we can then buy weapons, healable, and even lust potions. We make our way to the open portal, and we need 2 rage orbs to open the boss's dungeon. The layout of the dungeon is that of a cave. It's very atmospheric, and the enemies you encounter is the leg amalgam, witness, and the butcherette. The leg amalgam should look very familiar to you Silent Hill fans. Oh, and before I forget, there's a pipe just like the one that James uses. The leg amalgam moves very similarly to that of the Silent Hill series and is very agile. The witness is very easy to fight since she's very slow, and the butcherette basically just rushes you and is very tanky. The game also has a parry system too, so do keep that in mind. After going through the dungeon twice, we meet the boss of this dungeon. Her name's literally Witch. Her moveset is going side to side, and she's not that hard to fight. I'm not gonna go into full detail on what happens after you defeat her. I'm gonna have to leave it to your guys' imagination. After exiting the first dungeon, we see the next portal is open. This time we need 3 envy orbs to reach the boss of this dungeon. Upon entering, you see the design for this level. It reminds me of a mansion. The caveat about this level is there is spikes that you have to look out for. Besides the traps, you will encounter a new enemy called the Automaid and the Stone Virgin. The leg amalgam and the witness are both in this level as well. So it's the same deal as the last time. You just go through the dungeon 3 times. This time you could keep going and farm coins by selling the orbs if you'd like. After reaching the needed envy orbs, you can finally fight the new boss, which her name is Duchess. For her first sequence, she spawns in minions which can get in the way, and breaking her shield can be annoying, but it's very much doable. After beating her, we get the same animations that are NSFW. After exiting the second dungeon, we can see the new dungeon is lit up, a blue portal this time. We need 4 sloth orbs. The enemies encountered in this dungeon is Lost, which is a literal floating head, the Witness again, the Smiler, which she basically disrupts her aim and moves her mouse because of her high-pitched laughter, the Wraith, who goes through walls, and the leg amalgam again. The level design of this dungeon is that of a Japanese house, which you can also tell because of the enemy's clothing. The boss for this dungeon is the Slacker. The boss fight for this one is semi-difficult because of the map's design, because of the traps. So dodging her moves while avoiding the traps makes it difficult, but she also turns off the lights sometimes, so if you hit her traps, you take damage from that as well. So if you guys do decide to get this game, have fun fighting her. After the usual boss animation cutscene, the 4th dungeon is open. The 4th boss is my favorite. Oh, my bad. Let me explain the minions that you have to purify in this dungeon. This dungeon introduces Twisted, which she can literally up the pole on your bitch ass, so be cautious. Bound, which is a woman trapped in a straitjacket, just like the enemies from the Silent Hill games. The leg amalgam, and the Witness again. I had to kill a witness, I ain't doing no time. Holy shit. Shout out Juice World. This dungeon's level of design is a literal sex room. No, literally, it's a sex room, which is why you have to collect a lust orb. The boss for this dungeon is literally called Girlfriend, and I swear to God, if you look like this, please hit my line. Once you fight this boss, it's literally just Chicago, because she got the strap on her, and yeah, you just literally just have to 1v1 using guns or whatever the fuck you want to use to kill her. So after defeating Goth Mommy, the last dungeon opens up. The last dungeon is actually pretty fucking cool. It's like a butcher shop slash freezer. The creator really did a good job. The last enemies you encounter that are new is the Banshee. All the enemies from the past dungeons are all thrown into this level basically. After collecting the last 4 gluttony orbs, you fight the boss whose name is the Mangler. Same spiel, she has a unique attack pattern. You do the animations of purifying her and exit the portal. The main area is destroyed. You try to leave from where you came from but end up fighting the gassed masked man that you've been talking to from all these other portals. After having an epic battle with him, you go through the final door and you fight the final boss. Major spoiler, I'm not gonna get into it because if you guys do decide to buy this game, it's a huge spoiler on who the final boss is, so I'm going to cut it short. After you fight the final boss, you basically get 2 options to purify the boss or leave, and it doesn't really matter what you choose. So with the game overview out the way, I want to dive deeper onto the mechanics. Has a combat system, healing, guns, leveling up, and skills that involve vitality, which is your health, mind, which is your sanity level, strength, which can improve your melee damage and weapon scaling, your stamina improves your stamina pool, agility, how fast you sprint, libido increases your lust meter, and fusion amplifies the consumable effects, handling slows the weapon degradation. The voice acting is phenomenal. Even if you play this game without the corn aspect, it's still a really well made game. The voice actor for this game even wrote on her post, which I'll briefly overview. She basically thanks the entire community and thanks being a part of this project, but doesn't feel like it suits her, and she's going through a rebrand pretty much. While a good chunk of the story is elaborated through the dialogue, you also find more about the Spire through notes, which I've already said, and the character design. Again, the character design is really phenomenal, and if you still continue to say no, you wouldn't fuck the ghost, I still think you're capping your ass off, because holy shit, she's thick. But yeah, as a closing statement, overall the game is amazing, from good weapons to stats and upgrade system, just like Elden Ring, a bunch of nods to the Silent Hill, and amazing voice acting. I'm going to link Krasue's game in the description as well as your Twitter. The reason why I'm highlighting Krasue's game, because I read his Patreon description and Krasue has been out of work and doesn't plan to enter the corporate world and decided to do what they love doing. My main message is Krasue is a prime example of follow your dreams. I hate seeing 9-to-5 bullshit, and we don't have to work for a broken system. Hell, if you want to pull a Krasue and make erotic shooter games, then do it, as long as you're happy, because we're all stuck on this giant rock together. I think I need you now.